Case 34 is most interesting because we make a straight. First of all, it's a 3-bet pot and he flats. So, does he have overcards? Does he have ace king? Does Snowy think, what does Snowy think he has? Now I make a pair. But let's talk about pre-flop. Pre-flop, he opens from under the gun +1 to 6. I make it 21 with 6-7. 6-7, not 7-10. So, and that's okay for 0 EV. No, that's okay for, 0 EV. It's okay to make it 21. Here. All right. And everybody calls. I don't know what this guy's calling with, but this guy's calling something weird. Let's see what his hand range is. Kings, queens, ace, king. Okay, kings, queens, ace, queen. So he has overpairs a lot in his range. Here I have an open ender and I make a 1.09 EV mistake. But that's measured by flatting. So actually, it's a much bigger EV. Mistake. Something is strange, because here it says the error is 1.09 when I bet half at $33. 285 is the flop, but when I go to scenario 34, it's still 285 on the flop, but the mistake is 3.9. So I don't know what that is. 178. 178 stack size, so it's not the stack size. It's a little weird that, oh, the stack is much different. Yeah, that is different. 290. That makes the mistake a lot less when I do bet. Because here's the concept. So I'm glad I saw this, 290. When the stacks are deeper, when the SPR is bigger, the speculation works better. You can speculate, so making that less of a mistake. But here, with only $178, the mistake is much bigger to bet this speculative hand. Better is to check call. So anyways, let's go on. But that is interesting with the stack size. So we either make a 3 EV mistake or 1.09 depending on the stack size. The bigger the SPR, the smaller the mistake, but it's a mistake nonetheless. Whereas quarter here is really good. Very plus EV with a larger stack size. So this case highlights stack size, even though in my paper I didn't write anything about the stack size for case 34. Case 34. Alright, so anyways, stack size does make a difference. And then I make a pair, so I should check. And here this villain should not be betting. But when he does bet 57, which is 0.43, my call is good. And I would imagine with the stack size being larger, this EV is larger here compared to this screen here. Yeah, only 3.32 instead of 4 something. So I should call, and I do call. And then here is interesting. The river I don't fully understand. The other curious thing is that Snow says not to bet river. I mean, no matter if I had 7-7, I tested different iterations. Even 7-10, which is the nuts, still says to check river. I guess it's because it's 4 to the straight, and this guy's range here is all, yeah, this guy's range is kings, queens, and aces. And actually Snowy doesn't know how 9-8 would end up here. There's no 9-8 that would play this way. So Snowy just wants to let it bluff or bet its overpair if it has an overpair, even though Snowy at this point by the river doesn't think that there is. So anyways, I think the way to understand this is mostly to bet the river when I have that straight, because it's only a very slight EV difference, 105.95 versus 105.32. So when you in general make the straight 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I make the straight, for the most part bet it. In game I try to get cute and checked, and I accidentally did the right thing, but really mostly bet. It's not, it's harder to make a mistake betting the $88 or the larger amount, $200. It's harder to make a mistake. With a larger pot, it's 112.47 EV. Anyways, the EV difference is not large. In fact, when the stack is large, you can bet half and still have the same EV. Anyways, for the most part, bet the river when you make that straight. Checking would be trying to be cute, and you risk making a mistake. So that's what this paragraph here is. I have seen Snow say bet. I thought actually I was being cute and making a small error by checking, but Snowy says check, even though the EV is tiny difference. So mostly bet the river when you have that straight. In game I did check, and then I remember the villain insta jams 2 pair. He had a large stack, he must have been on a hot streak, and he wasn't really thinking, he just jams the 2 pair. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He called 9-8 pre-flop, 9-8 suited. So that's an interesting case. I don't fully understand the river check that Snowy wants me to do here, even though I have a straight. For the most part, my understanding is that I should bet, whether it's 200 or 88 or half pot. I mostly played it correctly, except for the bet when the SPR was small. See, only when the SPR was 178, betting here was a difference of 3.9, almost 4 EV. Deeper, it's less of a mistake, so that's an interesting learning point. So I should write that down here. I'll write it here to remind me. So I did write it. When I looked at the 2 different screens, SPR does make a difference. When my stack was 178 on the flop, the half pot bet was -3. See, 12.09, 12.26 with a check. Quarter pot and full pot is 12.09, and half pot is 8.36. So that's almost 4 EV difference. But if the stack was much deeper, it's less of a problem. Only 1 EV difference. But that's interesting here too. Checking is most EV, quarter is slightly less EV, half was most negative EV, or most, yeah, and then most counter EV with half, and pot is still slightly EV difference. And then river, when you make the straight, mostly bet. It's harder to make a mistake betting, especially from out of position. I mean, the only reason you wouldn't bet would be to have the villain either bet the overpair that he should have, even though Snowy doesn't see how, or bluff. Snowy doesn't know either bluff or value in that spot, because Snowy would not play 9A on the button like that, or Snowy would not play any hand like that the way he played it. Okay, cool.